Ina, have you noticed how often people say, I think, when they speak English?
Oh, yeah, totally. I used to say, I think, in literally every sentence. I think this, I think that. It felt safe.
Exactly. It feels safe, but it also makes your English sound a little unsure, even when you're actually confident.
Right. Like, I think maybe we should. Sounds like I'm afraid to speak.
And the funny thing is, you can sound confident without being rude. Most learners think confidence equals being direct or harsh, but no. In American English, confidence simply means sounding clear, calm, and natural.
So, you're saying the problem isn't the phrase itself, it's how much we use it?
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with I think. It's great. But when you repeat it every few seconds, it weakens your message. And that's why we use alternatives. Phrases that sound more natural, more fluent, more confident.
I get that. And honestly, Americans rarely say I think in serious conversations. They use other expressions that sound more sure, but still polite.
Totally. And what's cool is, these alternatives don't make you sound bossy or aggressive. They just make your English sound mature, fluent, and balanced.
Okay, Paul, give me an example. Imagine I'm about to say, I think we should start the meeting earlier. What would you say?
Easy. I'd say, it might be better if we start the meeting earlier. See? Confident, polite, and not bossy.
Ooh, that does sound softer. It feels like giving a suggestion without sounding unsure.
Exactly. And here's another one. Instead of I think you're right, you could say, you're probably right. It shows confidence while still being humble.
That's so true. When I hear Americans talk, they never say I think repeatedly. They say things like it seems like, looks like, or even I feel like.
Yes, I feel like is huge in American English. It makes things sound more emotional, more human, more gentle. Like, I feel like this idea could work. It's confident without being pushy.
I like that one. I feel like it sounds friendly. See what I did there?
Perfect. You're already using it naturally.
What about serious situations? If I'm at work and I need to give my opinion without sounding scared or rude, what should I say?
Great question. Americans love phrases like, from my point of view, based on what I've seen, or even, one thing I notice is, these are extremely professional and confident.
Wow, those really do sound clearer. And they feel more structured, like I actually know what I'm talking about.
Exactly, because confidence is not about being louder. It's about being clearer.
You know what? I used to think reducing I think would make me sound arrogant. I was afraid people would feel I'm too direct.
That's a super common fear. But trust me, Americans don't see these phrases as rude. They actually see them as thoughtful and confident.
It's like speaking English with intention.
Exactly. And your tone of voice matters too. Even a confident phrase can sound rude if your tone is sharp. But if you say it with a calm tone, it becomes friendly.
I love that. It's not just the words, it's the vibe.
Absolutely. And here's something else. Sometimes Americans avoid saying I think simply because it sounds repetitive.
Not stylish? Oh no. I'm losing my English fashion sense.
We'll bring it back. No worries.
Okay, so what about everyday conversations? If my friend says, do you like this idea? Should I still avoid I think?
Not always. In casual talk, I think is totally normal. But instead of always saying, I think it's good, you can switch to, yeah, sounds good, or I like it, or that works for me.
Wow, that's so much more natural and shorter.
Exactly. English speakers love short, clean expressions. It makes the conversation flow fast and smooth.
I remember when I first started speaking English, I thought using long formal phrases made me sound smarter, but actually, it just made me sound nervous.
And that's normal. Many learners try to sound perfect, but confidence doesn't come from long sentences. It comes from being comfortable with simple, natural ones.
I like that. Comfort over complexity.
Well said. And here's another trick. When you want to sound confident without being too direct, You can add tiny softeners,
Like what?
like adding maybe, probably, or a bit. For example, it's probably better if we wait. It's confident, but not harsh.
Oh, so you're confident but not controlling.
Exactly. Confidence with kindness. That's very American.
Nowadays, when I hear someone say I think too often, it does feel a bit uncertain, like they're afraid to commit to their own idea.
Right. And this is why using alternatives doesn't just improve your English, it improves how people perceive you.
It makes you sound more grown up, more sure of yourself, more open.
Exactly. And the best part is, when you start using these natural alternatives, your speech instantly feels smoother. People start listening more carefully. You sound like you've lived in the language.
I love that because sounding fluent isn't about perfect grammar, it's about sounding human.
Yes, fluent English is human English. It's relaxed, confident, warm, and natural.
Thank you, Paul. I honestly feel like I understand English in a whole new way now.
You're doing amazing, Ina. Keep paying attention to how Americans express opinions in real conversations. You'll hear these phrases everywhere.
I will. And guess what? I'm not going to say I think every 2 seconds anymore. I'm improving.
Yes, you are. And you sound great already.
Feels good to speak with confidence without sounding rude.
Exactly. That's the balance. Confident, fluent, and still kind. And that's the magic of natural English.